Hello world, you are watching my Packet Tracer Journal Video 00. My name is Mark Cruz. I'm a computer networking research hobbyist from Eagle River, Alaska. During this video series, I will utilize GitHub to log my configuration files for reference while working through exercises. I utilize Packet Tracer, which was developed by Cisco Systems, which is the leading manufacturer and developer of network hardware, telecommunications equipment, and high technology services. Packet Tracer is an emulation program that is designed to allow users to create and simulate modern computer networks. I utilize the GitHub repository system to organize my configuration files in a way that's easy for a user to download and to use. If you're not comfortable with downloading my configuration files from my GitHub account, you can simply copy and paste the text from the web browser directly into the Packet Tracer emulation command line. In this particular example, upon opening the zip file, you are presented with two partial configuration text files, one for a switch and one for one router on the topology. Depending on the Packet Tracer exercise, you will be called upon to configure many different settings on either Cisco switches or routers. In this case, only partial configuration is needed. Every time a Cisco Packet Tracer exercise is opened, certain parameters are randomly generated, such as the username and the password. For my examples, I have saved the Packet Tracer so that the configuration file matches one scenario presented by Packet Tracer. Before you can open Packet Tracer, you must have access to it. I attended a formal education program at the University of Alaska Anchorage that teamed up with Net Academy, Cisco Net Academy, which gives me access to Cisco Packet Tracer. When a Packet Tracer assignment is loaded, two windows open. One is the interactive topology where you enter your configuration commands. The other is a window with the configuration procedure. I've designed the configurations to be symmetric with the configuration procedure. This way, as you're working through the exercises, I can explain line by line the configurations. In the procedure configuration window, you can see certain words are in bold. Those words are an indication that Packet Tracer will randomly generate those values. So this is good for practice because it gives variety during your configurations, so you don't just master one particular scenario and not really learn what the lesson is trying to teach. Packet Tracer grades your configuration command by command. Certain commands must be entered to satisfy the assessment requirements of Packet Tracer. In this example, there's a router, a switch, and an end user. We can manipulate the categories to reveal what we need to configure and what has been configured. This can be useful if you're in a scenario where you're stuck or cannot complete the assignment. You can grade yourself and see what configuration step you're missing. Mainly, I wanted to show you the assessment feature to show you that when we copy and paste my configurations into the interactive topology, we will get 100% on all the grading values that Packet-Tracer wants for this partial configuration of the switch. In this particular example, we're configuring one router and one switch and one end user. I've designed the configurations to be pasted directly into the command line configuration window. After the configuration file has been pasted into the Cisco switch command line, we will get green check marks next to all the configuration parameters required by the assessment grading rubric. Packet-Tracer exercises don't only require you to demonstrate your knowledge of configuration commands, it also tests your knowledge of networking concepts. In this particular example, variable length subnetting was used. This means that the subnet mask value during your configuration, you will need to enter different subnet mask values. Oftentimes, elementary Packet-Tracer examples use the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Here in this more advanced concept, we have to notice that the subnet mask is telling us that variable length subnetting was used in this example, and we'll have to use those subnets in our configuration commands. Just like in the switch, we copy all of the text and paste it into the router command line. If you notice, exclamation points calm out any line of text, so I can put notes in the configuration file telling you what each part of the configuration file does. So just remember, when you see exclamation points, that the Cisco iOS command line will comment out those commands. Packet-Tracer does a very good job of emulating what network hardware operating systems designed by Cisco look like. This video demonstrates how to take configuration files from my GitHub account and copy and paste them into working Packet-Tracer exercises to configure the devices correctly. Packet-Tracer does not care what order the commands are entered into the exercise. For credit, the correct commands must be entered into the configuration files. My configuration files are symmetric with the procedure that is presented by Packet-Tracer. It's fine to save running configurations and copy and paste them into global configuration mode. But just remember that when you do a show run, for example, the enable secret password will be encrypted and you won't know what it is. When you use my configuration file working through the packet tracer exercise, it will have the password in the configuration file, so you'll get credit in the exercise. The other neat thing to note is these exclamation points are utilized in the show run command to make the configuration text more readable. Packet tracer sees that exclamation point and does nothing with it. It treats it as it was not a command or anything. It's simply used to be more readable to the human eye. But all of those are commands. IPSSH version 2 can be entered into global configuration mode. All of those commands can be entered once you're in global configuration mode. The intent of this video is to get you comfortable with entering commands and completing assessment items in packet tracer exercises. Thank you for watching.